addition to Duluth's court system is the first of its kind in the Northland, and tonight the public got a chance to learn more about the Misdemeanor Plus Court.
Northern News Now's Cara Kopp was at that meeting and shares how the court aims to treat offenders rather than throw them behind bars.
Imagine you see someone causing a disturbance or a crime. You might wonder, are they suffering from a drug or mental health crisis? Your next step may be to call 911.
A lot of times if we just arrest somebody, put them in jail, they might stay there for 12 hours or so, get out, and then start the same behaviors again.
Oftentimes, those individuals are charged with misdemeanors or gross misdemeanors, meaning they only face fines and short jail terms before being released back into the community.
With this misdemeanor court track, we're hoping that we get some substantial life changes.
That court track is called Misdemeanor Plus. It's a new specialty court helping community members living with severe mental health illnesses who are facing misdemeanors find treatment rather than serving a traditional jail sentence.
Connect them with housing, substance use help, just an array of services to help them out and get that bigger long-term change that we want to see in people's lives.
But first, an individual must be referred to Misdemeanor Plus Court through the police, public defender's office, probation, or city attorney.
It's usually going to be somebody that probably has some established things going on in the community already.
They are then given a team of case managers, a mental health consultant, judge, and probation officers, each person working closely with the individual to create a specialized treatment plan.
A lot of them are resistant when they first start. They don't want to take medication, and then when they go through the court system and they start taking their meds, they go to treatment. You see them re-engaging with their family, with their friends.
Using this new judicial system to help in a different way and allowing offenders to make long-term changes rather than falling back into old habits.
Instead of just that arresting people, citing them, getting these short-term fixes, we're going to actually make a difference.
In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
Misdemeanor Plus Court is also cheaper for taxpayers. The St. Louis County Jail in Duluth holds 197 beds, which cost $177 per day per inmate. And for each treatment court participant, the public would save more than $6,000.